Hello and welcome back to our next session, that is disease manifestation and pathophysiology. Today we are going to discuss the disease rheumatoid arthritis. So shall we start? Learning outcomes of today's session. After completion of this session, students will be able to define rheumatoid arthritis, state causes of rheumatoid arthritis, mention symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis, describe pathophysiology of rheumatoid arthritis. Content: overview of disease RA, causes of RA, disease risk factors, manifestations, diagnosis and treatment of RA. So rheumatoid arthritis, it is a chronic inflammatory disorder that typically affects the small joints in hands and feet. Unlike the wear and tear damage of osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis affects the lining of joints, causing a painful swelling that can eventually result in bone erosion and joint deformity. It is an autoimmune disorder. It occurs when immune system mistakenly attacks own body's tissues. In addition to causing joint problems, rheumatoid arthritis sometimes can affect other organs of the body, such as skin, eyes, lungs, and blood vessels. Although rheumatoid arthritis can occur at any age, it usually begins after age 40. The disorder is much more common in women, and treatment focuses on controlling systems and preventing joint damage. So, the points to be remembered that are: it is a chronic inflammatory disorder that can affect more than just joints, and in some people the condition can damage a wide variety of body systems, including skin, eyes, lungs, heart and blood vessels. In this diagram you can see normal joint and arthritic joint. In normal joint you can see here is a bone, here is a bone, these are the muscle fibers, here is a synovial membrane and synovial fluid, and here is a joint capsule, cartilage of joint capsule. You can see the changes in arthritic joints. In rheumatoid arthritis, there is bone erosion and swelling in synovial membrane. That's why there is an inflammation and painful movements. In healthy joint, synovial fluid is in adequate amount and there is no erosion of bones whenever there is a movement. In rheumatoid arthritis, the bones causes the erosion and due to the loss of cartilage, and whenever there is a movement there is a pain. Synovial swollen inflammation of that synovial membrane. So these are the difference between healthy joint and rheumatoid arthritic joint. Causes. Rheumatoid arthritis occurs when immune system attacks the synovium. Synovium is nothing but the lining of membrane that surround joints. The resulting inflammation thickens the synovium, which can eventually destroy the cartilage and bone within the joint. The tendons and ligaments that hold the joint together weaken and stretch gradually. Joint loses its shape and alignment. So, in causes, it is all the disease process is due to immune system attacks the synovium. Then what are the risk factors? In risk factors, you may consider the following points like gender, age, family history, smoking, environmental exposure, obesity. Gender: women are more likely than men to develop rheumatoid arthritis. Age: rheumatoid arthritis can occur at any age, but it most commonly begins in the middle age. As I have told you, it may start at the age of 40. Family history: if a member of your family has rheumatoid arthritis, you may have an increased risk of disease. Smoking habits: cigarette smoking increases your risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis. Particularly, If you have a genetic predisposition for developing the disease, smoking also appears to be associated with greater disease severity. Environmental exposure. Although poorly understood, some exposures such as asbestos or silica may increase the risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis. Emergency workers exposed to dust from the collapse of the World Trade Center are at higher risk of autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis. Obesity. People, especially women age 55 and younger, who are overweight or obese, appear to be at a somewhat higher risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis. You can see in this picture early stages of rheumatoid arthritis. There is a swelling in joints of hands and there is a marginal erosion. Rheumatoid arthritis of foot, you can see here the changes or deformity in bones and their structures. What are the signs and symptoms of this rheumatoid arthritis? It includes tender, warm, swollen joints, joint stiffness that is usually worse in the mornings and after inactivity. There is a fatigue, fever and weight loss. Early rheumatoid arthritis leads to affect smaller joints first, particularly the joints that attach your fingers to your hands and your toes in the feet. As the disease progresses, symptoms often spread to wrist, knees, ankles, elbows, hips, shoulders. In most cases, symptoms occur in the same joint of both sides of your body. Rheumatoid arthritis signs and symptoms may vary in severity and may even come and go. Periods of increased disease activity, called flares, alternate with periods of relative remission when the swelling and pain fade or disappear. Over time, rheumatoid arthritis can cause joints to deform and shift out of place. You can see the key points of signs and symptoms, that is, there is a formation of rheumatoid nodules, formation of lumps, there is a fatigue, there is a joint pains, anemic hand and normal blood, tenderness, joint stiffness. These symptoms are very important. Disturbed sleep, low grade fever, fatigue, depression and mood changes, dry eyes and dry mouth, weight loss, joint pain, swelling, stiffness. Pain often starts in fingers and toes and spreads to other joints. Joints look red and discolored. Pain in the big toe. Joints feel warm to touch. Numbness and tingling in hands and feet. There is increased fatigue, shortness in breathing, bleeding, changes in structures of bones, pain during urination, pain in chest, sudden changes in weight, a chills pain, presence of blood in stool, constant feeling of sadness. And here is the pathophysiology of the disease. Basically, rheumatoid arthritis, it is an autoimmune disease. In this disease, body's immune system no longer accepts certain body protein that react if they are considered as a foreign. Antigen and that is antigen, and it produces antibodies. It is observed that patient's body considers human gamma globulin as the antigen and produces antibodies for that known as a rheumatoid factor. The antigen reacts with antibody to form an immune complex, which then reacts with complement. Complement is nothing but it is a series of proteins which help to stimulate the inflammatory response. So this autoimmune reaction may be triggered due to some environmental factors or some hereditary predisposition. Whenever this autoimmune reaction triggers, it leads to release of inflammatory mediators and cytokines. These release of inflammatory mediators and cytokines can cause chronic inflammation of the synovial tissue lining of the joint of capsule that results into proliferation of that tissue that is called as pannus. There is a formation of pannus. That pannus invades cartilage and bone surface, producing cartilage and bone erosion, and this leads to joint destruction. Here is the pathogenesis. Normally there is a synovial membrane, cartilage and capsule, and you can see the changes in rheumatoid arthritis. There is a formation of pannus due to the inflammation, and there is a inflamed synovial membrane due to the formation of pannus. Cartilage becomes thin in case of rheumatoid arthritis. Here are the inflammatory cells, hyperplastic synovium, bone erosion, and inflamed tendons. Treatment. There is actually no cure for rheumatoid arthritis. We can use medications that can reduce inflammations in joints in order to relieve pain and prevent or slow joint damage. Occupational and physical therapy can teach how to protect joints. If joints are severely damaged by rheumatoid arthritis, surgery may be necessary. In medications, many drugs are used to treat rheumatoid arthritis, but they have serious side effects. So typically, doctors prescribe medications with the fewest side effects first. NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that can relieve pain and reduce inflammation. Over-the-counter NSAID include ibuprofen and naproxen sodium. Stronger NSAIDs are available by prescription. Side effects may include ringing in your ears, stomach irritation, heart problems, liver and kidney damage. Then second medication we can use, that is the steroids. Corticosteroid medications such as prednisone that reduces the inflammation and pain and slow joint damage. Side effects may include thinning of bones, weight gain and diabetes. Doctors often prescribe a corticosteroid to relieve acute symptoms with the goal of gradually tapering the medication dose. There is also a disease-modifying anti-rheumatic drugs that is called as DMARDs. These drugs can slow the progression of rheumatoid arthritis and save the joints and other tissues from permanent damage. There are uses of biological agents, and heat and cold applications may also effective for the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis. Patients may use splints to prevent the pressure ulcers, meticulous skin care, and encourages the mobility, ADLs, active ROM, ambulation, PT, and avoid repetitive activity. Summary of rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis, it is also called as RA. It is a chronic inflammatory autoimmune disease that involves the joints and may cause systemic manifestations. Etiology of the disease. Autoimmune disease with unknown cause and contribution factors like genetic factors, environmental factors. Environmental factors includes viral infections, cigarette smoking that trigger and maintain joint inflammation. Next point is the pathophysiology. As I have told you, pathophysiology, it is a totally autoimmune reaction. Due to triggering of this autoimmune reaction by the factors like environmental factors or by the hereditary predisposition, autoimmune system gets triggered and it leads to release of inflammatory mediators and cytokines that causes chronic inflammation of the synovial tissue lining the joint capsule that results into proliferation of that tissue forming that is called as pannus. That pannus invades cartilage